You've seen how you can use the Power BI Custom Visualization Framework to build your own visualizations and use those in your Power BI reports. And since we opened that framework up, we've had a huge groundswell of people creating these visualizations and submitting them to a visuals gallery that we created. There was actually a competition run to see who could come up with the best visualization using the framework. And the entrants from that, plus more that have been filtering in over time, are available in that gallery today. Let's take a look at how you can download things from that gallery and then use those in your own reports as well. I've already opened up the Power BI Visuals Gallery page here. You just go to app.powerbi.com/visuals. And you can see this gallery here. We've got a whole range of visualizations that people have created. Everything from bubble charts and bullet charts through to some really fun things like aquariums, where you have fish representing the data that you've got in your models, through to things that you might be more familiar with, like tornado charts or sunburst charts. And to get started with one of these, all you need to do is choose the one that you're interested in. I'm actually going to use this hexagonal scatter plot. You'll get a little preview of what the visualization looks like, and there's a link to download it. You can see details about the licenses that you need to agree to and how to get in touch with the author as well. So you just agree to the license, and you'll see that what will get downloaded is a little .pbi viz file. This contains everything that the Power BI desktop and the Power BI service need to know about that visual. So I'm actually going to move over to the Power BI desktop now. I've got a report that I've already created with some of our default visuals. And to use that visual that I just downloaded, I click this little ... button in the visualizations pane. You'll get a little warning that you're importing a custom visual that might have some third-party code in it. And then you can just browse to the file that you downloaded. I've already got a few that I downloaded, but I'm going to choose that scatter hex bin. And now you see it'll appear in the visualizations pane just like any other visual. So to insert it, just click that option. And you'll see that for each of these custom visuals, you'll have a separate set of items in the field well to use to create this visual. So here I'm going to take our revenue on our x-axis. I'm going to take units on the y-axis. And I'm going to split each of those ones up by our different products. And you'll see that we get this great chart showing really the density of each of the different products that this company sells. And you can see that it's much heavier clustered down at one end, and you can see there's that sort of green background behind that. And that's showing you that this is where the most dense areas of data are. Now, because this is using the custom visualization framework, everything else on this page will interact with it as well. So if I focus just on our urban category products, you can see how the hex bin has a really nice animation to show these variations in the data. Well, let's focus on just a particular manufacturer. And again, you can see everything filters down, and you can see a slightly different distribution of data there. So reusing these visualizations is really, really simple to download them and load them into your Power BI desktop reports. Let's take a look at some of the other things that have been created. There's a really wide range of very creative visuals that people have made and submitted through to the gallery. Here's another example. We've got a chart on the left-hand side. This is called a synoptic panel. This is actually the one that won our visualization contest. And this allows you to take any image file and then map areas on that image to items in your data. So in this case, we're looking at different departments within an electronics store. And this visualization on the right-hand side is called a chord chart. It helps show relationships between data. So in this case, we're looking at products that people bought together. So I can focus on a particular department just by clicking on that. And I can see there's a really strong relationship. People who bought things from the cameras and camcorder accessories department probably bought a camcorder to go along with it. Or maybe it's the other way around. Anyway, there's a strong relationship between those. Let's look at digital cameras. Well, there's there are a few different products that people are buying together. People who buy digital cameras typically buy printers or scanners to go with it. They've got to print out their pictures somehow. And camera accessories. People are buying SD cards or whatever to save their photos onto. So you can see there's a really rich interactivity between these two visuals, even though the two developers of these things never met. The guys who developed this one that won, they're over in Italy somewhere. The folks who developed this one on the right are in the Microsoft team here in Redmond. We've also seen people create some really innovative slicers. For example, this down the left-hand side here, this is called a chiclet slicer. Each of these little images can be dropped in and used to slice the other data that's available here on my charts. Up across the top, we've got a timeline slicer. I've dropped a date field in here, and I can go in and select individual date periods or drag to create a date range to easily sort of identify particular time periods that I want to analyze. And I can do things like enhancing the maps that are available within Power BI today. This is one of the standard out-of-the-box Power BI maps, but it's really simple to convert one of these to a custom visual that might give us something like a 3D map. And here I can see now the height of the bars on this map represents our sales amount, and the little heat map underneath it shows us where the highest discounts were. So I get this really rich 3D globe here in the Power BI desktop. And we're using some standard web technologies in both the desktop and the Power BI service. So if I go to our Power BI report that's been published up to the web, I'm here in the Edge browser, and I get exactly that same 3D map with that really rich experience right here in my browser as well. So that's a good, a quick overview of how you can use the custom visualization gallery and download your custom visualizations and use them within the Power BI desktop and within Power BI when you publish those reports up to the service.